She called me a thief. Right there, between the champagne glasses and the string lights, my mother-in-law's voice sliced through the music like a blade. "You're the thief," she spat, clutching her wrist where her gold watch used to be, a $20,000 worth of accusation. The guests froze. My husband, no, her son, turned to me. His eyes weren't searching for truth. They were searching for someone to blame. And he found me. I said, "I didn't take it." He didn't listen. Instead, his fist did the talking. A sudden flash, pain exploding across my face. I hit the marble floor, tasting blood and disbelief. That moment, that split second of humiliation, changed everything. Not because I was hurt, but because I stopped being afraid. Backstory. When I married Daniel, his mother gave me a gold bracelet. She said, "Welcome to the family, dear." Back then, I believed her smile. I believed her son. But beneath that polished kindness, I learned she didn't want a daughter-in-law. She wanted a servant. I was the outsider who'd stolen her only son. Every insult she wrapped in silk. Every favor she turned into a reminder of my place. Still, I stayed polite, grateful, patient. I told myself she'd change once she saw I loved him. But cruelty doesn't soften. It corrodes. Daniel started echoing her words. "Mom's just looking out for us," he'd say, when she criticized my cooking, my clothes, even my voice. Slowly, I became invisible in my own home, except when they needed someone to blame. The beginning of betrayal. The watch incident wasn't the first spark. It was just the explosion. A week before our anniversary, I'd noticed whispers, hushed conversations between Daniel and his mother. When I entered, they'd stop. Then her watch went missing. I should have known. She'd set the stage. A watch left accidentally on the counter, just within reach of the cameras she'd secretly installed. But the cameras, I later discovered, had been tampered with. Only one angle remained, the one where I walked past the table. Perfect framing, perfect victim. When she screamed that night, everything fell into place. Shift in mindset. Pain has a strange way of clarifying things. As I lay on the cold floor, nose bleeding, people staring, I realized I didn't have to defend myself anymore. I had to destroy them. But I wouldn't scream. I wouldn't fight back publicly. I'd let them believe they'd broken me.
For weeks, I played the role. The humiliated wife, the fragile woman. I let Daniel's guilt fade into arrogance again. I let his mother parade around, proud of her little lesson. What they didn't know was that I had already started recording. Execution of the plan. First, the cameras. I retrieved the backup footage from the home security system, one even her technician forgot to disable. It showed her slipping the watch into her own purse that morning, clear as daylight. Then, the money trail. Daniel had secretly transferred $15,000 from our joint account to his mother's name a day before the party, disguised as a gift. I printed every record. I filed my evidence quietly through a friend at the local police department. Then, I waited. When the police called them for questioning, I wasn't there. I was at a hotel downtown, watching the chaos unfold through a friend's live text updates. They denied everything, of course, until the footage surfaced. The watch, her hand, her face, caught. Daniel called me that night. His voice trembled for the first time in years. "Why did you do this?" he said. I smiled. "You hit the wrong person." Climax and confrontation. 2 weeks later, I went back. Not as his wife, but as a ghost walking through the ruins. He opened the door, unshaven, eyes hollow. His mother sat on the couch, wearing shame like a new perfume. No one spoke. I placed the divorce papers on the table. "This is me returning what doesn't belong to me," I said, echoing her words from that night. Daniel stared at the papers, then at me. "You ruined us!" I tilted my head. "No, you did that when you believed her instead of me." Then I left. Resolution, an emotional release. The court granted me half the assets and full peace of mind. She was charged with false accusation and evidence tampering. Daniel lost his reputation. His company's investors pulled out when the scandal hit the papers. I never celebrated anniversaries again, but I do light a candle every year, not for love, but for clarity. That night, when she accused me, I thought I'd lost everything. Turns out, I gained myself. People say revenge doesn't heal. Maybe they're right. But justice, calculated, patient justice, does something deeper. It restores your reflection. And when I look in the mirror now, I don't see the woman who fell to the floor.